Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be doing a collective review of a bunch of different straw sippy cups. This is the kind of sippy cup we have the most of because Sophie seemed to gravitate towards these ones more. When I was trying to wean her off of a bottle onto a sippy cup, like I said in my previous review video, which I'll have linked down below if you haven't checked that one out, that one covers hard spouts and soft spouts. But in that one I mentioned that I used the Newbie trainer cup, but after that she seemed to only take 2 straw sippy cups. So I have bought a ton. I've even been sent a few and stuff like that to try, but I do have a ton of straw cups for you guys today, so bear with me because this video may be a little bit long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. The first one that I have is the Newbie Flex straw sippy cup. This holds 10 ounces, and depending on where you get it from depends on the price. I've seen them at like for 2 packs around like $6.25, which would make one of these about, you know, $3 give or take. And then but I've seen at my local Walmart a 3-pack for the same price, so that brings it down to almost like $2 and some change. So it really just depends on where you buy these, but they're a pretty inexpensive cup. I do love that this sippy cup is super easy to find. Like I said, I've seen it in Walmart, Target. It's basically everywhere, so that's always a great thing. I also love, like I mentioned, that they're super affordable, and the best part about the sippy cup is that it doesn't leak. I've never had any problems with it. The only con that I do have to say about the sippy cup is that this part of the straw right in here is just a little hard to clean. Like I mentioned in my last video, I use a Dr. Brown's pipe cleaner and just a regular kind of, I don't want to say bottle brush because it's not a bottle brush. I just went down to the dish cleaning section of Walmart and I grabbed just a regular kind of cup brush, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I don't use anything special on my sippy cups. I really don't want to have to, you know. I spend so much time specifically washing bottles a certain way, having certain tools to wash my certain bottles and stuff. I'm really not interested, now that she's in sippy cups, to have a ton of different things to clean them, and that's why I'm so like nitpicky on how hard it is to clean. But it's not super hard as long as you let it soak. Even if milk does get up into this little part of the straw like I was mentioning, it's really not that hard once the little plastic part has enough time to soak in some warm water. So I really like this cup. I think it's really nice. The next cup that I have for you guys isn't technically a sippy cup, but it is this water bottle made by Contigo. It's called the Autospout Striker water bottle. It holds 14 ounces and you can pick these up for around $11.99. It doesn't leak. It's pretty easy to clean. The bottom part underneath here, I'll just show you really quick. Under here can get kind of tricky if you have it filled with milk. Excuse all the water, she was using this earlier. So up in there can get kind of tricky, although it's not too hard. I tend not to use this for milk. I tend to mostly use it for water. For the most part, it is pretty easy to clean, and the best thing about this water bottle is it's super durable. I can attest to that for this one and for my own personal water bottle. Now the downside of this is that they are expensive. This thing is like $3 cheaper than my 32-ounce water bottle, which is a little ridiculous to me. So I wouldn't go out and buy a ton of these, but I honestly think one of these is gonna last her quite a few years, and I don't see myself having to replace it anytime soon, so I do like that. I really feel like the pros outweigh the cons with this one. Like I said, this is her normal water bottle, sippy cup, whatever you want to call it, but we do really love this one. The next one that I have for you, Sophie also got for Christmas, is this first year's Doc McStuffins Insulated Sippy Cup. This holds 9 ounces and we bought it at Target for about $7.99. Now I will say about the sippy cup, we've had it for about a couple months now and she does use it pretty regularly, but it does start to leak if you tip it all the way upside down. When it's on its side, it's just fine, but when she tips it upside down like this, or she just happens to drop it and whatever like that, it does leak a little bit. If you can see the spout, I don't know if I can get it to focus, but it's just got these little like crosshair openings. So I think it's just this coming loose and not staying as tight, obviously, after a whole bunch of wear and tear. But I do mostly like this sippy cup. That was another thing I should have mentioned in the beginning of the video. Sophie has gone through a phase where she likes to carry her sippy cups like this. So when I say that they do or don't leak, trust me, I've experienced it. But yeah, it's a pretty good cup. I don't know, I could kind of lean either way. I don't like that it's leaking after only 2 months, but at the same time, it was a great cup before it started leaking, and even now, I'm starting to finally get her to understand that we don't hold cups upside down, and then we hold them like this, so it's not too big of a problem. But we mainly use this at home because it does leak now. So the next sippy cup that I have for you guys is this one. It is called the Newbie Flip and Sip Straw Cup. It holds 8 ounces and it retails for around $5.99. So about this sippy cup, the pros about it is that it does have detachable handles. These handles down here do come off, so it can just be like that. And like you heard, it's a pretty good snap to get these back on. So it's not like they can be easily taken off by your toddler or anything like that. And also, it doesn't leak. However, I absolutely hate this sippy cup. This was one of the first ones that we bought when we saw that Sophie was gravitating towards straw cups. But this thing is nasty. We don't have hard water or anything like that, so this isn't what the stains are from. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's still milk. I don't even know if it's showing up, but it's got all this white stuff all inside these crevices of where this track runs, and even underneath this yellow piece it does have some of that. Now when you flip it back, that's what the spout looks like. I have a whole bunch of, I don't know, just maybe it's just buildup. I'm not sure what it is. Like I said, we don't have hard water, so I don't think that's what it is, but it's just all in these tracks and all in these like little crevices, and I can't get my Dr. Brown's pipe cleaner in all those different places, and I especially can't get it underneath of this yellow piece right here that touches the thing that she's about to drink off of, and it drives me crazy. But I've tried to clean this thing 1,000 different ways and it's not working. I've tried different soaps, I've tried, just, you can't even believe. I tried to make this thing work because like I said, we bought 2 of them, so we did spend like over $10 on sippy cups, and I didn't want to just give up on them the second that they were hard to clean. But I cannot stand this thing. Just quite frankly, it's too many steps for me. Like I said, I spent a ton of time with her Dr. Brown's bottles cleaning all those parts, and that was worth it to me because Sophie really did need that vented system. But now that she's into sippy cups, I don't need all these parts. I don't need all these crevices and special things to clean. So I would just probably say skip this sippy cup. Unless you're going to use it for water, then maybe it would be alright. But I would just say skip this sippy cup if you are looking for one to use for milk. So the next sippy cup that I have for you guys is this one, and it is the Dr. Brown's On The Go Insulated Straw Cup. It holds 10 ounces, and I've been seeing a 2-pack of this cup basically everywhere for around $10, so it comes down to about $5 a cup. Some pros about this sippy cup is that it does have this travel lid that has a button, and then you can see the straw right there. It is also insulated, like I said. You can kind of see that down at the bottom. And then this thing is super easy to clean. I was very scared when they sent this to me because I was like, oh, this looks difficult. It scared me. But then when I took off the top and I saw what's underneath, here, they have a detachable straw, just like some of them, as I mentioned. But this is the straw that you have to clean. Just this little guy. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it was beautiful. I saw that and I was so relieved. And even like the underside, it does have crevices, which may be a little tricky, but my pipe cleaner gets in those no problem. But so easy to clean. I absolutely love that. And this is definitely our favorite sippy cup for travel. I absolutely love it. I love that it's insulated, the travel lid, everything about it. The next one that I have for you guys is this one. I'm sure you're all pretty familiar with this one, but it's the Munchkin weighted Flexi straw cup. It holds 7 ounces and it retails for around $6.99, give or take. The name kind of gave it away, but it does have this weight down at the bottom on the end of the straw, so that no matter where they tip it, it's going to go to wherever they're trying to drink from, which is really nice. And then it also does have a super easy travel lid. And then the other thing that I didn't really care for was this straw part down at the bottom. It does come with a special pipe cleaner. It's like Flexi, and you can get it down inside here, but I could never keep track of that thing. I don't know what it was, but I lost ours every single time, and it drove me nuts that I could only get my Dr. Brown's pipe cleaner in this top part. It would not go down here, and you can't put it through this little hole down at the bottom, and I just didn't like that. I didn't like that I couldn't clean different parts of the sippy cup. Now with our first one, I did try to shove the Dr. Brown's pipe cleaner all the way down in here, and it did clean it, but it got stuck when I was trying to pull it back out, and I had to end up cutting it, so it didn't work. But I just didn't like how it needs a specific pipe cleaner. Now if they made this maybe a little bit wider down here and you can use your own pipe cleaner, I would probably still be buying these. So we really do like it, but just try to hold on to that pipe cleaner. The next sippy cup that I have for you guys is this one. It's called the Tommee Tippee straw cup. It holds 9 ounces, and I bought this at Walmart for around $8.99. I would say the only good thing about the sippy cup is that it's insulated, so that's a good thing. However, this spout, which is super hard, you saw I was trying to push it down pretty hard. My daughter can't do it by herself, so she gets frustrated, and this thing leaks like crazy. Once it started leaking water everywhere, I was like, I'm not even trying this with milk. I would say just skip it because there are better options for the insulated and the straw cups as it goes, so I would just skip this. The next sippy cup that I have is this one. It is the Nuby 360 weighted straw flip and sip cup. It holds 8 ounces and it retails for around $8.99. Some pros about the sippy cup is that it is the weighted straw cup like I had mentioned. I'll take it on out so you guys can see. That purple is kind of hard to see through, but that's what it looks like. I also love that it doesn't leak. That's amazing. Who doesn't like that? But I have a bone to pick with this one, and it is this. This is what the top of it looks like. It is almost completely the same as the other one. Just like the other one, I think it's just too difficult when it comes to being a sippy cup. I'm just not loving those styles of the Newbie sippy cups, and they're just a little too hard to clean for me. Also, the weight down at the bottom is a little too hard to clean for me. You can't get a pipe cleaner in there or anything like that. As you can see, there's no way I'm fitting a pipe cleaner down and through that tiny little hole to get through here. We've only used it for water for that purpose. I just didn't want to go through the same thing with the Munchkin one where it's too hard to clean. This cup is just kind of okay for me since we're just using it for water. I will say that I think it'd be a great sippy cup for nursing children. If you nurse but your child does get a sippy cup every once in a while, I think it'd be great because it does require that mature suck. The last sippy cup that I have for you guys today is this one. It is the Munchkin Click It Lock Insulated Cup. It holds 9 ounces and it retails for around $5.99. I do like that it's insulated, like I said, and it didn't leak on us, but it was just too hard to clean. And it's kind of along the same lines as the Newbie one. First of all, my daughter couldn't get the top off by itself, but if I could do it over again, I would just pass on the sippy cup. It just didn't bring me anything but frustration. So I would pass on it just because it's just a little too hard to clean for me. Didn't like all the parts with it, and I just feel like there's better options out there. So those are all the cups that I have for my collective straw sippy cup review. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to link my last review on the hard spouts and soft spouts down below for you guys if you want to check that one out. I'm also going to be having one more review for you guys about sippy cups. It's going to be about spoutless ones, so keep an eye out for that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.